In this video, I will be sharing my story about how I was abandoned far from home at the age of 9 and how I survived. Also, I will be sharing a short video to enlighten and inform you all or remind some of you all about the giveaways for our upcoming ES celebration on November 6th, 2024. And last but not least, definitely what will be the next video in this series, 30 times victorious faith journey. So just to give you all a summary of this particular story, it was an evening. I can't remember the date, but I think it was the 4th of November, 2004, somewhere around there. And it was a rainy evening, and my sister and I, at that particular point in our lives, we were traveling from to and from school. And it was a bit of an unusual evening because normally when we are waiting on vehicles or taxis to travel home, we normally would get to one within a shorter period of time. And we were waiting for a long while. Our school was dismissed around 3 p.m. And I think it was close around 4 p.m. we got a maxi taxi. Now, as we approach the triangle, so where we live, there is a triangle that can either take you where we live or the other side of the triangle takes you up the highway. So the driver asks us, or asks the persons or passengers who are in the maxi where they were going because he was saying there's flood up on our side and he's going to take the highway and come back down. So we was like, okay, no problem. I believe we told him also that where we live. And he went up the highway. By the time he reached San Fernando, so remember, we are in Central and he's now in South. And while he's on High Street, only my sister, one of my classmates, he was also with me, and myself were in the maxi. So 3 children under the age of 10. And he asked us, where you all going? So we told him, we are going this particular location, and you did tell us that there's flood and you'll come back down. So of course we are relying and believing that this old man, because it was an old maxi driver, would stick to his word. And then when he realized that because the distance from where we live to where we were happened to be about 25 kilometers or more away from home. That is not even good walking distance because I mean you could walk from there to home, but and we did attempt to do that. But before we attempted to do that, he cursed us, told us to get out of his maxi. And on top of that, well, at least he left us with the money. But even though when we dropped out the money that we had to travel from school to home was not enough to get from San Fernando back to home, because San Fernando is a further distance. So both of us started walking back down High Street because we don't have enough money. We don't know anyone around at that moment. And I was crying. Prince was crying. The only person who was not crying was my sister. And God is good because I didn't know what was going on at home. But of course, by that time, our parents know something is strange because we would have reached home already normally around 4, before 4, probably for the latest after 4. So by the time we were in Sando, it was about 6 p.m. So that's how late it was. And thank God we do have praying family because it's only when we reached back down we heard what was going on home. Our parents were looking for us. They made a police report. My grandmother heard about it. She was praying. And I believe that God heard their prayers because while we were walking back down High Street, a lady saw us and she was like, what school you're from? Because she's from apparently Sando. And she was like, she's not familiar with this uniform in Sando. And she spoke with us. We told her, well, we tried to attempt to walk home. It might have taken us several days, right? But we trying to get back home because we don't have enough money to travel back home based on the distance that this maxi driver dropped us out at. And thank God for that good Samaritan. She took us back up to the taxi stand or maxi stand in High Street. She had a friend, a female friend who was there, and that female friend had a maxi driver cousin who was on his way, and she put us in her hands, and she said, I'll make sure they reach back down home. And yes, when that other woman's, her cousin, arrived, we went in the maxi with her, all three of us, and we came home, reached home around 7 p.m. So thank God for, making music as come on. Children underage on the streets, if people saw us in the night, because it was a really late evening, heading down tonight, walking on the streets, because we don't really know didn't know the directions to well either. We could have ended up being probably kidnapped, could have been, you know, anything could have happened literally. So thank God for life. Thank God for making ways. Thank God for good Samaritans. Thank God for a praying family. So don't forget that I will be sharing some information about our giveaways in a while in another video at the end of this video. And the next video in this series is going to be how I escaped a murder-suicide situation around the same age, 9. So a lot of things happened while I was 9. And yes, you don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow for more videos like this and to ensure that you stay up to date.
Win big at the ES celebration, music, giveaways, and an unforgettable night. Register now for your chance to win one of these exciting prizes. One person will win TT $1,500 cell phone voucher. Another person will win a TT $500 grocery hamper. A third person will win a stylish 3-piece women's clothing set. One person will win a newborn baby hamper. And TT $200 cash for 3 lucky winners who